All right, Marlon Humphrey joining us out here in London, a few days removed from the game. How are you feeling being over here, and how's the body feeling right now?
It feels good. I think we got here a couple days ago, so gotten adjusted, gotten to see London a little bit, and everything's good so far.
I think we spoke on Radio Row a couple of years ago, and at that point you were just starting to do some media stuff. You're doing the podcast with Ronnie and stuff like that. How much do you enjoy the extra attention you get on weeks like this? The fact we saw you tasting biscuits the other day. How much fun do you have with getting to do some kind of different stuff to a normal game week?
Yeah, it's really fun. I think for me, everyone some people have a backup plan after sports, and media is something I want to do after football. So doing a lot of it, just being more comfortable on camera, interviewing teammates, it's always fun. And then just all this stuff. Yesterday we were with the kids that might get into the game of football, American football at least. So anytime you can do extracurricular stuff during the week within practice and different things in another country at that is always special.
You're out here in your rookie season. Early doors, how is this experience differing from 5 or 6 years ago? I think the biggest difference between 7 years ago and now is we came out a little bit earlier, so guys can actually say, we saw London, we saw this, we got to see, how people talk, how people act and different things. I think when you come out on a Friday morning, you don't really get to see much because you get in town and it's straight business. You gotta figure out how you're gonna sleep. A lot of different factors that between coming out on Tuesday and coming out on Friday. So that's probably the biggest difference. But the biggest difference I want to make is a win. We lost last time, and it's a long flight back when you lose. Yeah, Coach wasn't hugely happy with the last trip. The press conference went a bit viral. Put the international travel and everything on what was a tough performance. Has the approach, other than the coming out early, changed a lot? Have you seen from how they've approached this game and this whole experience? Yeah, I think that the press conference, I guess he thought if he said we don't like London and we weren't going to come back. But obviously we're here again with a different game plan. But for sure, he's making sure we're all a little bit sharper mentally because they're obviously when you go international, there's more factors that goes into winning or losing the game. So we're trying to use all the factors that we need to use for winning, and kind of put all the other stuff, the sleep and all those things kind of on the back end. And we'll get into the game, but last one on London. We just saw Roquan Smith coming out of the press conference. Odo's about to go in. They start talking to each other in British accents. Is there a lot of that going on in the team? Is there a lot of fun little bonding bits going on? Yeah, there's a ton. There's a ton of that. We oftentimes I've talked to somebody and I'm like, I don't think they understood what I was saying. And I'm like, I don't know how, we're both speaking English. And then someone will say something to me that's from here, and I'm like, what'd you say? So there's a lot of that going on the bus at different hotels. We've actually been asking people to do American accents for us because we're curious to hear how it sounds. So it's been a lot of fun with the guys and different things. Thank you for not asking me, by the way. I'd Roquan said you guys have been playing cards. Have you been involved in that? Yeah, I went in last night. I didn't want to lose any money, so I didn't play. I was just a spectator. But when you were staying at a hotel, there's not much to do. So we had curfew and different things. So it's basically like college again, like dorm. So we're all sticking around, hanging out with each other, getting to know each other even better than we already do. Love that. How is the foot feeling? Foot's feeling good, ready to go. Looking back on the first game back, and a slightly limited snap count. I know you were limited in practice yesterday. Are you full go for this weekend? Can you see yourself being out there on the outside every down? Yeah, I think there's a plan that they have. I'm actually not even sure of the plan right now, but whatever reps I get out there, man, I'm just really excited to be back playing. How did you feel post the performance? About your performance, the defense in general, obviously a tough loss, but how did it feel being back out there, and how did you feel about how you did? Man, it felt great to be back out there. Obviously, left some plays out there, one of the last plays of defense. So it obviously sucks to lose, but felt really great to be back out there. That play has gone viral this week, not just because it was the winning play, but so much talk about the Steelers weren't taking the top off, they weren't going for those one-on-one matchups, and then they do it on the very final play of the game. Was this something you guys were expecting to see? Was it, when you see Pickens line up with you one-on-one, are you expecting, there's a good chance this is coming in my direction? Yeah, I think they threw one earlier on me. Pickens had a really big day, so there was definitely, he's there. If you can stop him, you basically can win the game, and that was kind of the deciding factor. We weren't able to stop him, and we obviously lost the game because of it. Do you feel, watching the film this week, you saw where you need to improve, and there's going to be some changes up for this week? You got it's not an easy opponent this week. Guys like D-Hop out there going to be making big plays at the same time. So have you seen things that you think you can improve on week on week?
Yeah, we got a different game plan thing to kind of try to eliminate D-Hop. We feel that it's a similar game as far as, you know, stopping, well, really two of their guys mainly with Derrick Henry and D-Hop. So try to limit those guys the best you can, and we feel that gives you the best chance to win.
You tend to play a lot on the outside, but if Derrick Henry does end up breaking one on like a stretch zone and getting on the outside, are you ready to tackle him one-on-one in the open field?
I'm trying to not get on any more highlight reels with Derrick Henry. He seems to do that a lot. So obviously, really strong guy, big-time stiff-arm guy. Anytime he does it, it's pretty bad. So I'm hoping my guys up front take care of that, and I don't have to be on the highlight tape.
Is it just fundamentals? Is it just like, or is it just a case of, right, I'm going to have to strength up here? Because
it's a little bit of strength. It's a little bit of knowing tackle this guy low, because I haven't seen many guys tackle him high and succeed. So that's the biggest thing. But you can't be scared. If you're scared, that does the same effect as tackling him high. So it's the biggest thing is he's a really good player, obviously a Pro Bowl player. So those guys are going to make their plays, but you want him to make as limited as he can.
So many guys on your team I want to ask you about. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through a list of players and just give me your thoughts and feelings on that individual. Maybe go into this weekend, how you feel about them, and get a little bit of a soundbite on each, right?
Okay.
Let's start off, obvious point, Lamar Jackson.
Lamar, as a player, right?
Yeah. As a player, as a guy.
Dynamic guy, obviously really humble guy. I think that's something a lot of people don't know about him. But obviously, man, he makes plays I think no one else in the league can make. So crazy player, great teammate. I mean, he can truly do it all.
I'll tell you what, I'll stick to the offense first, so we'll go Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews, a tough guy to guard, that's for sure. Even in practice, he's he's a very chippy guy as far as vocal, how he plays, scrappy guy. I think that it's fun to see him get going in practice. I already know it must be tough for guys in the game.
I don't know if you've been able to line up against him much because of the injury, but Jamaica Zay Flowers so far.
Oh man, he's like I think Lamar nicknamed him Joystick for good reason. He definitely plays, has video like game moves and different things. So I'm really excited for him to just blow up. I feel like the offense is at a slower start, but I think once we start clicking, it's going to be crazy. On
your side of the ball, Roquan Smith.
He is a very intense guy. He's really intense on the field. He's like a teddy bear off the field, though. Really nice guy. I think anyone that he knows everybody in the facility's name, no matter what you do. So, but he's a dog. Like, he's definitely the leader of our defense. Emotional, physical leader. He's gonna let you know if you don't got it right, and he's gonna celebrate with you when you got it right, when you do have it right. So he's a guy you definitely want on your team and not on the other.
How much has the trade for him elevated the defense over the last kind of tail end of last season?
I think we were kind of having some struggles early on with our defense, but it was as soon as he got implemented in the defense, we kind of turned things around.
So the last two from me, Justin Tucker, first of all.
He's always got all the singing. He's a funny guy in the meeting room, that's for sure.
I got to tell you, I went to the store yesterday. They had about 2,000 Lamar Jackson jerseys, and then at the end there were some Odell Beckhams, some Mark Andrews, and some Justin Tuckers. I was like, where's the defense?
Oh yeah, no, he a lot of guys in Baltimore got a lot of Justin Tucker jerseys.
And then the final thing, I saw you on the Punchline this week talking about the idea of guys talking to you about, man, I've got to end my career in Baltimore. I'd love to get traded to Baltimore. You resisted saying names, good for you, but what is it about this team you think that attracts guys? What is it about this organization that makes people want to come to Baltimore?
The biggest thing that I think I hear the most is, it's weird because I've only been here, but it's always, you guys just do things right here. Things are just done right here. I'll always say, if you love football, there's another place to go other than Baltimore, just from kind of higher up from Bajati, the owner, and then goes to Harbs. If you love the game of football, that's all we do here, whether it's how you get coached, how you eat, all the things we do, it all comes back to winning football games. And I think sometimes from organizations, they can take a shortcut here, take a shortcut there on different, there's so many shortcuts you can take, but if you're ultimately thinking, I want my player to be in the best condition, I want him to be able to practice in the best fields, different things, there's so many just different things that I feel like we do from my perspective, but from others, they tell me the same thing. So I think all in all, the biggest thing that I think so many guys want to finish in Baltimore is just because we do things the right way.
Love it. Well, I said this to you 18 months ago, but if you do want to go into the media after your career, sensational stuff, we've always got to place you in our booth. So cool. You're welcome anytime, man. Thank you so much.
All right, cool. Thank you.